Welcome back to Ozarks Live. It's time for some financial wisdom courtesy of the Resource Center. And today it's all about getting safer with Schaefer. So Tom, what's going on?
Absolutely. It is all about getting safer with Schaefer, John Schaefer that is. And I know you help people with all kinds of insurance needs.
That's right.
I mean, we've talked about that for years now.
Right.
But the one thing you like to remind people is when there's going to be some kind of big change coming up. And I understand deductibles are going to be messed
That's
with
right.
coming up.
So big changes in the insurance industry. We've seen it the last couple of months. And then going forward, I think it's going to get a little worse. So we're going to talk about that today. And a lot of shock to a lot of people that we've seen. Other companies, including ours too. But just Missouri deductible changes. There have been so many wind and hail claims on roofs, cars. A lot of these companies, they're actually leaving the state of Missouri, or they're raising their deductibles to offset the cost. No one's guaranteed a free roof for hail damage. So
True.
Yeah, so a lot of these insurance companies are going to have the customer put forth more money to help pay for that claim.
Well, how do you meet this head on instead of letting it take over?
That's right. So one thing I always recommend to clients, and if you're not my client, is make sure when you get your homeowners renewals, make sure and open that packet up and read it thoroughly through. There's wind and hail deductible changes this year on homes. We've seen it with several companies. Be looking for a page that says your wind and hail, and it'll say either like 1%, that's your coverage A usually. So if your home's insured for $600,000, 1% would be $6,000. Some of them may be 0.5%, or some may go to a flat deductible of $5,000. And then you may have had a $1,500 deductible last year.
Right.
Well, it's changing this year, so don't be like most people. Get that renewal and you just throw it on the table or throw it in the trash can. Oh, that's paperwork. I'm not.
You want to find out with the paperwork, not with the claim.
That's right. So
Yeah.
if you're with me or I don't have you insured, if you have questions, feel free to reach out to me. I can walk you through it or bring it into our office.
Yeah. Now, of course, you're talking about homes, but there are deductibles on other things.
That's right.
How can you help yourself out with things like that?
Just if you don't know personally, you can always call myself here at the Resource Center and we can walk you through it or bring it in. So policy renewals, that's a big thing this year, so keep that in mind. One thing we can do to offset those rate changes, because it's going to go up. I mean, our company, we paid out a lot of claims this last year. We've had windstorms, hailstorms.
Sure.
So how can we offset that, guys? One thing is you may raise your deductibles, on your home or your autos. You may have carried a $1,000 deductible, and if you're more comfortable now, may carry a $2,500 or $5,000 and talk to your agent and see if that price offsets the difference.
There are also other things that you can do that's going to help you with your insurance costs kind of off the top.
Well, yeah. And then one thing, you may absorb a small claim. If you have a fender bender or you back into your own car, if that happens, or your own house. And one thing, is if you have young drivers on there, make sure they get good grades. They have a 3.0 GPA. There's good student discounts.
Right.
There's a safe driving record. If you do get a ticket, you may get an attorney and get that ticket taken off there.
Sure.
Yeah.
But there are other things you can do. Credit scores, credit
That's
rating
right.
figures in.
That's right. Pay your bills on time, maintain that good credit history. May go through Equifax. If you've got any bills or past due bills, get those paid down. That all affects insurance. It's an insurance score. So make sure and take a look at that.
You also have these apps.
That's right.
Out.
So we got solutions. What can we do?
Yeah.
We can shop around. I can bundle your insurance, maintain that good credit. The biggest thing, if you've got a car, there's a thing called telematics.
Yeah.
It's a driving app, and so we can do an app or you can do the plug-in. What it does, it tracks how much you drive, the frequency you drive, and what times of day you drive. So if you're out there at midnight, you're running circles around or going to the store to get ice cream, that's going to count against you. So don't be doing that.
Okay, a lot of information you're getting out, and of course the best way to really lock this down is to talk to John here. How do they get in touch, John?
Yeah, they can just call me on my cell, 417-766-4689. There's a QR code here on the screen. You can scan that. Also, check out my website, Safer with Schaefer.
That's it. Safer with John Schaefer. That's
right.
it. All right. Good to see you, John.
Good to see you, sir.
Back to you.